Good morning, Colonel Bai.
It's Wednesday, April 21st.
I'm Letitia.
And I'm Theo.
And here are your morning announcements. Did you register for summer school? If yes, you should be receiving an email from PRISM Ontario eLearning Consortium confirming your registration in the next couple weeks.
Please note that all summer school programs are virtual. Some programs are being offered in both synchronous and asynchronous learning throughout the school day. Other programs like civics and careers are being delivered asynchronously.
To confirm how your program is being delivered, please check the OCDSB Summer School website. You are responsible for double checking your registration. If you have changed your mind about summer school, have questions, or there's an error in your registration, please email your guidance counselor as soon as possible.
If you haven't applied yet but wish to do so, please register now. The Reach Ahead Summer School registration form and summer school information is available on the Colonel Bai Guidance website.
Month of Pink isn't over yet, Cougars. This week we had a chance to talk to Kate and Seaburn. Let's go check out what they had to say.
Hi, my name's Caden Seaburn. I use they or he pronouns, and I'm the Trans and Gender Diverse Student Support Coordinator for the OCDSB. So my role includes a lot of different things, but my goal is basically to make schools and classrooms safer and more inclusive for everyone, and particularly for trans and gender diverse students. I think that pronouns are really important because it's important to refer to everyone in the way that they want to be referred to, and in the same way that you would want everyone to use the right name when they're talking about you, and to use the right pronouns, whether that's he or she or they or something else. You probably wouldn't be very happy if people were using the wrong name or the wrong pronouns every time they referred to you, and the same is true for people who identify as trans or gender diverse or non-binary. So it's really important to use the right pronouns for everyone when we're talking about them, and to check in and find out what someone's pronouns are if we're not sure. It's just really a basic sign of respect. So in my role, we run some drop-in groups for students across the OCDSB who identify as trans or gender diverse or part of the 2S LGBTQ+ community. Those groups happen every week after school over Google Meet, and you can check in with one of your teachers if you'd like to get the link to join those groups or find out more information about them. I also offer workshops for students and for staff. So I spend a lot of time doing workshops in classes for intermediate or high school students, and sometimes younger students as well. And sometimes I give workshops for staff meetings or other groups of staff, and I'm always available for staff to reach out to with questions about gender identity and expression, or about how they can make classes safer or more inclusive for trans or gender diverse students. So that's some of the work that I do to support students and staff, and I know that there's lots of other people from outside the school board who are often doing workshops in classes or in schools, or who are available to support students and staff in lots of different ways. So I also identify as trans and non-binary, and I came out as trans when I was in high school as a student in the OCDSB. I think the thing that would have made the biggest difference for me would be hearing more of my peers and teachers talking about gender identity and trans identities in positive ways. I think that often trans students have to do a lot of work to educate people around you, whether it's classmates or teachers or other people in your life, about what it means to be trans or what people need to do to respect you or to make you feel safe or comfortable or included at school or in different spaces. And so I think that if you're someone who's not trans or non-binary or gender diverse, taking some time to learn a little bit about trans identities and things that you can do to be supportive of your peers or people in your life who identify as trans can take some of that pressure off of other people having to spend a lot of time educating the people around them about their identities, when really everyone is just here to go to school.
Are you concerned about the rise of explicit anti-Asian racism? Are you interested in participating in a series of student-focused discussions?
If you are, please check out more information and join by using the Google form on the CB website under School News. If you have any question, please contact Mr. Pai or Ms. Knack.
The YMCA Summer Work Student Exchange is a national program offering opportunities for youth to improve their second official language skills, explore another part of Canada, and gain valuable work experience.
Their program is federally funded by the Department of Canadian Heritage, so it is offered at a minimal cost of $125. For more information, please go to the Cool Opportunities link on the guidance website.
One of our students recently talked with the Prime Minister during a science fair. Let's go see how that went.
myself is also in good hands with the next presenter, Bhavya Mohan, who is the winner of the best project at the 2019 Canada-wide Science Fair for his work in aptamer-based A-bite research.
I began to wonder if aptamers could actually serve as a better alternative to these traditional bites. So that's how I came up with the project to create an aptamer-based bite, or as I've called them, A-bites. And I've been working on this project for the last 3 years now. Going forward, I hope to continue improving my research, conducting more experiments, and truly making A-bites as effective as they could be.
Help me understand a little bit more, Bhavya, about aptamers. Like, what exactly is aptamer, and how is that a better vehicle? I know you touched on it briefly, but that seems to be the innovation that is potentially unlocking much more efficient treatments in the future.
If you can imagine DNA, which is diribonucleic acid, it's double helix, so it intercoils within itself. So an aptamer, in essence, is just a single strand of this DNA. So being single-stranded, what an aptamer is actually able to do is its nucleotides can fold onto one another and form these unique and complicated shapes. And as such, what aptamers are able to do is they're able to bind to these proteins just like traditional antibodies. So aptamers are a technology which is commonly used in disease diagnostics. So that's where I was previously using them. However, in this new context, I'm trying to use these aptamers to cause immune responses against cancer.
Are you having to change the bite technology significant to adapt to the aptamer, or is it just sort of an additional step?
I had to take an aptamer specific to a cancer biomarker, an aptamer specific to a T-cell biomarker, and then combine those. So in the process of combining them, the shapes of these aptamers don't necessarily align perfectly, as you could imagine. So there was a lot of testing and computational work that had to go in to sort of predict what the structures of these A-bites would be. And to the best of my ability, I had to modify these structures as much as I could just to make them the correct shape or the desired shape that I wanted.
I love that you're talking about you had to modify it, you had to create the corrupt shape. These are all things that you can't even see with the microscope, right? I mean, you're almost using mathematical models to try and imagine how they're doing and what they're connecting, and you observe the results to say, oh, that one worked, it must have the right shape, and then you sort of go from there. Just amazing what you're doing. I'm very excited about the job François Philippe's about to offer you.
Thanks.
That was really cool. Keep up the good work, Bhavya.
And now for this week's edition of
Weigh In Wednesday. 50% of students said that they were looking forward to relaxing the most during break.
62% of you think that OCDSB has done a good job keeping students safe from COVID while in school.
And finally, the majority of students said that they spend between 6 to 8 hours or more on their computers every day. Well, that's all from us today, CB.
To Kohori at home,
And to Cohort B at home,
stay safe, take care of yourselves, and have a Wiggly Wednesday.